to face it.
Smile.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Talk. I'm John and this is Matt, and we just got out of the theater and we just saw Smile, the newest film directed and written by Parker Finn in his first ever directorial debut, and it stars Sosie Bacon, daughter of Kevin Bacon. And if you are a fan of movie reviews, 4K Blu-ray reviews, tech reviews, game reviews, we try and do them all here on the channel, and nothing would help us out more than if you like this video and subscribe to the channel. So Smile was released on September 30th, 2022, and this is a little psychological horror mystery thriller film, and it follows the same plot as a lot of other mystery thriller films. It basically, Sosie Bacon playing the character of Rose, who's a psychiatrist in a hospital, and on one fine day, she walks into the hospital and there's another girl standing in her office that is saying that she's seeing all these crazy things, making no sense, being incoherent, and Rose tries to calm her down, bring her back to, but right in front of her, she kills herself. But the whole time she's doing it in this big gory scene, she's smiling. She's got this big goofy smile on her face, the worst smile that you've ever seen. And basically that just takes off from there. You know, this psychiatrist, everyone believes that she's falling apart. She's, succumbing to mental illness herself, because mental illness and trauma are a big part of this story. But we don't want to spoil this story for you. That's just the basic outline of what this story is about. But Matt, what did you think of this film?
Well, you did just spoil about the first 15 minutes, but...
Well, it's a basic outline of what the movie is. We're not going to spoil like where it heads and where the twists are or anything like that.
Yeah, so I didn't really even hear of this movie. I don't really pay attention to too much of the stuff that's in theaters. I let him do all that. This wasn't really on my radar, and he called me. He's like, oh, let's go see this. I was like, I don't know. We're trying to get through the Halloweens right now for that box set coming out. But, so I was like, all right, let me see a trailer, I'll watch it. I was like, okay, it held my interest. It got me out to the theater, because it wasn't Dolby Atmos. So that was the only reason I went, because if it wasn't, I wouldn't have went. But I'm kind of glad I did. I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. It was interesting. Like John said, it follows some other movies, like you mentioned The Ring.
Yeah, this movie reminded me of actually 3 other movies. It reminded me of The Ring, It Follows, and Take Shelter. Like, they all just had a baby kind of deal. Like, imagine if you've seen all 3 of those movies, just think about certain plot points in those, and they kind of just all mesh together into this plot of this movie. And actually, I thought this movie was very good. I was surprised, because the first third of the movie, I thought it was a little slow. And I think that, like you said it after we got out, you would have cut about 30 minutes.
I would have loved it. It came in, and I think about an hour 55. I would have liked a nice, clean 90, maybe 95 minutes, I like those in and outs, but it was good. I liked it. Is it worth a theater? If you're going to see this, you have to see it in Dolby Atmos, because the sound design is the thing that stood out to me most. I thought that it sounded amazing. Like, there's just a lot of stuff going on in the background, and just the way it's whipping around the room and stuff it sounded really cool. You have to see it at least in a theater. But if you can, the Dolby Atmos theater, where the sound is just...
There was one scene in particular where I saw it shooting. I could hear what speakers they were, what channels they were directing it to. Right. Mainly and it was really, like you said, great sound design. And it also looked beautiful. It was very well shot.
There was a lot of cool shots in there. You could tell it's a well-made movie, and it is spooky season. There's October in the movie. It's not. I wouldn't say it's a slasher. It's definitely not a slasher.
No,
I wouldn't categorize.
No, not in the typical sense of a slasher. There are some good kill scenes in here that it gets pretty bloody and gory, and they definitely lean into that. And
there's some good jump scares here and there. A couple, there
was actually some really good jump scares. Actually, 2 stood out in my head really well that they set up pretty good.
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
The story itself, though, like I said, I've seen this story before. It's not tackling anything new as far as that. But, it is actually a good story. I do like stories that do dive into mental illness and trauma and, PTSD and that whole thing. And I think they did a good job of having this movie tell that story in a unique and different way. Even if it does still feel very much like there's a lot of tropes, and some of the actors, especially their characters, might fall into certain horror tropes and sort of just the way their characters are developed. You've seen it before, and I don't think that the actors added enough to it to make it better or stand out.
I mean, it was a fun ride, It was cool trying to solve the mystery, because it's a mystery horror thriller with the terms you would throw at this. It was cool to watch the movie unravel and kind of figure out what the hell's going on and put the pieces together. You know, it wasn't bad. Is it worth a trip to the movies? Yeah, go enjoy yourself. Go check it out. My complaint would be I think it overstayed its welcome a tad bit. But
yeah,
that's just me.
I can agree with that. I definitely thought it was paced a little bad, especially in the beginning. But then I think once it hit like the halfway mark, it really took off into high gear. And I think you'll be unraveled in the story in a good way. Towards the end, like I felt like I kind of knew how the story was gonna end. I didn't think I was as surprised as they wanted me to be.
I predicted an ending too, which it didn't play out exactly how I...
You were close, though.
I was close.
You were close.
Yeah, but not quite. It looks like they're setting it up for a sequel, so...
Yeah, there's a possibility. You know, it's a horror movie. Like, you can leave that door just cracked open just a little bit. Mm-hmm. But if they want to end it there, they want to end it there. This is a Paramount property, so it definitely looks like they're trying to jump on it. But then again, this is based on a short story. This is the director's first written and directed film, so he might be trying to get his foot in the door. He did a good job. Like I said, I don't think you're going to have a bad time at the movies. Matt said you're not going to have a bad time in the movies. This is the perfect season for a film like this.
Yeah.
So if you want to go to the movies and watch a good horror movie, this is going to definitely scratch that itch.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I didn't see Pearl or...
Oh, yeah, and Barbarian, which we haven't gotten to yet.
Right.
Which actually I've heard a lot of good things out of the three. I would say probably that one's getting the best reviews. Although Pearl is Barbarian, but Pearl is getting universal reviews, and I stand behind that film as one of the best I've seen this year. That's not to take anything away from this film, because this is a good film. It's just that, Pearl is an exceptional film.
Right.
So if I was actually going to rate this film, I'd probably give it a pretty solid 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I think I'm going to echo that 7 out of 10 as well. Like I said, I did enjoy it. The sound design is really what stood out to me. The story was good, okay to good, maybe knocking on great's door, but... somewhere in the middle of the road. Visually, it was shot awesome. Definitely a well-shot movie. They definitely put some money into this one.
Some good
Actually,
shots.
one thing I wanted to point out, I forget his name, but Kumar from Harold and Kumar.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's one thing I didn't get to point out, too. Actually, a lot of great little character actors that we've seen in a lot of movies. Cal Penn, like he just pointed out, who plays Kumar. Judy Reyes.
That's his name?
Yeah, Cal Penn. And Judy Reyes from Scrubs, who played Carla. She was great this in a little role.
I've never seen Kumar as in a serious role.
Oh yeah, and he was believable.
Yeah, he was good, but because he was a doctor, and he would be sitting behind the desk, and the whole time I just wanted, while they were having dialogue at the desk, I just wanted to see him pick up a White Castle thing and just take a drink out of it and put it down, and that would have just made the movie a 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I get that, but actually he actually has acted in other stuff that I've seen him in, and he actually worked for the White House for a while. Did you know that?
Worked for the White House?
Yeah, he retired from acting for a little while, and he did something there. I'm not 100% sure what he did, but I know he did. So,
Interesting.
He's a very smart person, and he was very believable in this role. Yeah, there was a lot of actors you might not expect to pop up. And then another guy in a small part, actually, in this movie was actually Rob Morgan, who plays the sheriff. He becomes the sheriff in Stranger Things Season 4. He's plays somebody else in this movie. So, he actually has a very small role. I know you don't realize who he is. Yeah, so I've actually never seen him in anything before, so seeing him pop up here, and again, he's in a small role. These guys, all these other actors are in small roles, so you'll recognize.
And he nailed it, actually.
Yeah, no, he did.
The small role he had, yeah.
Yeah, so the acting performances, again, just, like we said, there's a lot of good in this. Matt had it perfectly when he said it's just knocking on great's door, but it doesn't quite get let in. It's a good movie. It's definitely something you'll have fun for. You'll definitely have fun with, and it fits in perfectly with the time of the year.
Right, yep. Again, the one thing I wrestled with was how long it was. I checked my phone maybe once or twice to see how much longer we had. Not that it was a bad movie. I was ready for it to be wrapped up.
Yeah, I felt that more in the beginning than once they got towards the middle. I was all in, actually, and I started to get actually wrapped up in the story, so.
Yeah, this is also a work night for me, so.
Yeah, Matt's going to work tomorrow.
Past my bedtime.
Yeah, I'm off tomorrow, actually, because I'll be editing this video. But anyway, it's also Friday, and that means that we have to ask our digital code giveaway questions. So everyone who's new to the channel, we do this every single week. So on Fridays, we ask 2 giveaway questions to celebrate the fact that we are going to give away 2 digital codes this week. And all the codes that we have available, you see on the screen right now. And the first question that we're going to ask you is simple. What is your favorite horror movie since the year 2000? I figured in honor of this kind of inspiring me and making me feel like it was a Ring-type movie. And The Ring came out in 2002, I believe, and it's one of my favorites. So what's your favorite horror movie from 2000 to 2009? And Matt's going to ask the second question on this. So Matt, what's the second question?
Yeah, I'm going to dig a little bit deeper into you guys. I'm going to make you work for this one. So John said, what's your favorite horror movie from 2000 and on? I want to ask, what is your favorite type of horror movie? Do you like slashers? Do you like what would you call the paranormal kinds?
I'd say like psychological horror,
psychological, paranormal
horror,
body horror.
Then you get the deeper dives. You get like hammer horror.
There's a bunch of different subgenres under the big horror umbrella.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's sci-fi horror. There's so many.
There's so many different subgenres of horror. So yeah, that's a good question. What's your favorite subgenre of horror? We'll ask it that way. So you got to just answer one of those two questions. What's your favorite horror movie from 2000 to 2009? Or what is your favorite subgenre of horror? Now, all you gotta do is answer one of those questions, but Matt and I won't stop you from answering both if you want to. We just want to chat with you guys in the comment section below. That's really the whole goal of this. And then you come back to Monday's video, we spin that magic wheel a couple times, and the two names it lands on, those are the two people that have their choice of the digital code.
And I also want you guys to ask us questions for our Let's Talk physical media segments we do on Sundays. Well, for you it's Sunday, not for us. So ask us some questions, more interaction with the audience, that's what we like. And yeah, I mean, it's spooky season from here on out, with the exception of a couple new releases. We're going to be focusing very heavy on horror and all the horror franchises, specifically Halloween, with the big box set and Halloween Kills coming out. So that's just something we're working on a little behind the scenes. And, anything else you want to add to that?
No, that's really it. And everything that you guys do to help us out, we really appreciate. And as always, guys, nothing helps out more than by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and then when you finish all that, I want you to go head out into the streets, find your nearest friend, and I want you to tell them about us.